The United Kingdom's data protection regulator has fined LastPass £1.2 million after determining that a series of security failures enabled a sophisticated attacker to steal sensitive personal data belonging to more than 1.5 million people. This video is sponsored by Stonefly. More on that at the end of the video. According to regulators, the breach was not the result of a single catastrophic failure, but rather a chain of weaknesses that allowed an attacker to move step by step from an employee device to the company's most sensitive backup systems. The intrusion began in August 2022 when an attacker gained physical access to a corporate laptop used by a LastPass employee. From that single device, the attacker was able to reach the company's development environment. While investigators found no evidence that customer data was immediately stolen at this stage, the attacker did obtain encrypted internal credentials. LastPass initially believed these credentials posed limited risk, as the corresponding decryption keys were stored elsewhere on the company's internal network and were assumed to be inaccessible. That assumption proved incorrect. Instead of attempting to break into protected systems directly, the attacker shifted focus to a senior employee with elevated access. Using a known vulnerability in a third-party streaming service installed on the employee's personal device, the attacker gained a foothold and installed a keylogging tool. This allowed them to capture sensitive input directly from the device itself. Authentication protections were bypassed by abusing a trusted device cookie, enabling the attacker to log in without triggering additional verification steps. With the employee's master password in hand, the attacker gained access to both personal and corporate password vaults. Inside those vaults were highly sensitive assets, including cloud infrastructure access keys and the encryption keys required to unlock LastPass's backup database. By combining credentials gathered across multiple stages of the attack, the threat actor was ultimately able to extract the contents of the backup system. The stolen data included names, email addresses, phone numbers, and stored website addresses for approximately 1.6 million individuals. Regulators emphasized that while this information was highly sensitive, there was no evidence that stored passwords or secure vault contents were decrypted. LastPass's zero-knowledge encryption architecture meant that customer master passwords were never stored on company servers and could not be accessed directly through the backup database alone. Despite this, the Information Commissioner's Office concluded that LastPass failed to implement sufficiently robust technical and organizational safeguards. The regulator pointed to weaknesses in endpoint security, credential handling, and internal access controls, all of which contributed to the attacker's ability to escalate from a single employee device to enterprise-wide systems. The fine reflects not only the scale of the data exposure, but also the expectation that a password management provider should operate at an exceptionally high security standard. And now a word from our sponsor. Get a 70 terabytes air-gapped and immutable Veeam, Rubrik, Commvault, site recovery, backup, and disaster recovery appliance for $7,995. Contact sales at stonefly.com for details. Subscribe for more cybersecurity news. Thank you for watching.